Hello, hello. Good afternoon. All right, there we go. Is that better? That's good. All right. Well, today we're going to actually set up the test. I wanted to make sure my audio sounded okay. You guys let me know if any of my seem off because this is a new computer, so we're going to see how well it handles things. Hello, fake 10, back 10. Hello, Arvin. How are you, Arvin? All right, there we go. Hello, Uzamil. I don't think I've ever seen your name in my chat before, but thanks for stopping by. Good. Yeah. Hey, Network Bim. Arvin, I'm good. Yeah, man. No complaints. Day started. Beam NG Car says, "Why so silent? Is this funeral for your hairline?" Nice one, dude. Good one. Always with the hairline jokes. So today my plan is to actually. Yesterday we kind of struggled with setting up my new computer. It got real hung up on, or I got real hung up on Bluetooth connectivity. That turned out not to be an issue. So today we're actually going to try to install some stuff. Musamil, thank you for liking my stream. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Although I don't expect anyone to ever like anything. Demon. Sorry, man. I was just joking. I know you have hello testosterone. I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. All right, I've got myself a handy little document I wrote the last time I set up a new that I'm going to try to use to set up this one. Here we go. Past Steven was trying to help future out. There's Emil. Where are you from? I'm based in Kansas, United States. You know where Kansas City, United States? That's the closest big city to us. Hello, GERD. GERD makes me think of my medical scribe days. GERD stands for gastric. What is it? Um, Gastric esophageal reflux disease. You have GERD, or in your case, does GERD stand for something? FK went to tab. Dang, people still using snowballs today. I had one of them back in like 2010. Yeah, I probably bought mine around that time actually. I bought this maybe my sophomore year of college. Let's see, that would have been 2012, 2013, something like that. And I've just always had it ever since. And I'm sure there's better microphones out there, but who wants to pay for another microphone when you have one that's adequate? Are you a developer? So, in my free time, I like to do web development related stuff, but my day job um, is as a quality engineer. So I do manual and automated testing for a company that builds a web app. But I put my LinkedIn there if you're curious and you want to go and creep on my professional history. You're welcome to connect with me on LinkedIn. Going strong. Yeah, I mean it still works. I got this little black piece of tape to cover up the annoying red light. Hey, what's up, Clark? Good to see you, man. For saying hi. Why is the topic, Caroline, just focus on the purpose of the stream? Yeah. I mean, you guys are welcome to poke fun at me. It's not gonna bother me. You know what I mean? Victor, congrats on 2K, bro. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Actually, I should tell you guys thank you. You went over 2,000 subs last stream, which was pretty cool. Although I'm still convinced that one day I'm gonna wake up and we're just gonna go back to having 20 like we did in January. It took me like 10 years to get 20 subs on my YouTube channel. which means one of two things. Well, I guess it means one thing. I was making not very good content, or I was making content no one else was interested in besides me. Would you want a dog-sized horse or a horse-sized dog? A horse-sized dog. I'd love to have a giant schnauzer. You guys know what kind of dog that is? Schnauzer? Which I know it's not really a horse. This isn't a horse-sized dog, but it's a big dog. Growing up, my mom and dad always had miniatures or standard versions of these, and I always thought it'd be cool to have a giant one. They're pretty big dogs. Also, why am I using Microsoft Bing as my search? Fix that. I mean, no shade to anybody who works on Microsoft Bing. It's just I think we can all very confidently say that Bing is an inferior search product compared to. Although they always bury this setting so deep. There you go. Privacy, search, address bar. There we go. All right, that's fixed. Team NG cars. I don't know, man. I can't understand it. Going, you take the stream. It's free, guys. Well, thank you, Beam cars. That's nice of you. What time are you going now? There, it is 12:44 p.m. So I don't know how long I'm gonna stream for. Probably just an hour or two. At some point, we're supposed to go swimming. Ermat Gaming. Hey, bro, love your streams. Oh, that's super nice, man. Thanks for stopping by to say that. Appreciate you. Jonas, what are you doing? I am trying to. So I just bought a new computer. It is a little bit of a beat what I've had recently. So now I'm just in the process of getting it all set up. I'm basically gonna go through this device setup document that I wrote for myself and just make sure I've kind of covered my bases. I'm sure there'll be things I miss, but that's the plan. Why the? I don't even know what that word is. Why the phi exist? Do you use IDM? I don't know what that is. For Matt Gaming, how was your day? My day's been good. I haven't really done much. I woke up, had some coffee, food. Sunday, baby. Yeah, it is Sunday. Drop the specs. The specs actually, if you type "what bro doing," there's a link in that actually goes to the Amazon listing. But just high level, it's a um the G9 HP. There's a HP G9 Mini 800, has an i7 14700 processor, so that's last year's i7. It's a laptop chip, but it's in a mini PC. It has some form of integrated graphics. It has 64 gigabytes of RAM and 2 terabyte SSD. SK. Hello, TSK. ISK. I'm doing good, man. Hope India's treating you well. Yes, Colonel JS sucks. Are you saying JavaScript sucks? I don't know. If, I don't. Oh, Java. Yeah, I don't think JavaScript sucks. I do think TypeScript is a better experience than than um than JavaScript, but JavaScript has its quirks. Every programming language though has its quirks. I mean, I've learned. Let's see. I've learned C Sharp, TypeScript, JavaScript, Python. I've dabbled in Go. I've dabbled in Rust, and every single one of them has their quirks. I guess I should probably put a pin comment in here, shouldn't I? Um, working on here. Type probably pin. Yes, kernel says same thing. TypeScript, JavaScript, or whatever script. Best script is shell script. Yeah, shell script isn't a thing, man. I don't, I think you're talking out your ass a little bit there, Jess Kernel. Unless you're talking about like the scripts that you would run in like a Unix shell. Is that what you're talking about? Also, also, I don't think JavaScript and TypeScript are the same thing. One is a superset of the other. Burmat Gaming, bro. Do you know Ajit R R from? No, I do not know that guy. Urmac. Dharma, have a nice day. You too, man. You have a build slash debug workflow in NeoVim? I do. Yeah, I do. Not on. I don't. I mean, obviously, I don't have anything set up on this machine. But if you type NeoVim and get my configurations, and if you look at those configs, you'll see I have a debugger and a test runner set up for JavaScript as well as C Sharp. Yes, kernel. I'm into embedded, but done some backend with Java and Python. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you found a place you like to work in. Sunny Y. I'm trying to build custom window logon. Help me with. I want to add two FA, one being their other being an API, which is better hit. Can you help me with custom window logon? Are you talking about like a login to like an actual Windows machine? Is that what you're talking about? Um, or are you just meaning like a login page like for a web app, Sunny Y? I'm not sure what you mean. Yes, kernel. Is NeoVim like Vim an editor or can it be an IDE? So NeoVim is definitely more of a text editor than an IDE, but you can configure it to where it's a pretty good alternative to VS Code. I mean, VS Code I would still put more towards the editor side, but I mean, you can definitely set VS Code up to do a lot of things that are IDE like, you know. But I think the thing is whenever you're talking about something like VS Code compared to or even NeoVim compared to something like Rider or Visual Studio, right? Those are just like purpose-built products, right? It's gonna be really hard to beat them or match them for feature parity. All right, I guess I should probably start doing a little bit of setup, huh? Nicola Gori, I'm eager to see figure your NeoVim. Will you do it today? I'm not gonna reconfigure NeoVim from scratch. I'm just going to git clone my configs and, and uh, take off. Yeah, that I probably will never rebuild NeoVim configs from scratch again. That was like 30 or 40 hours over the course of a week and a half or something like that. Should I learn C++ and Java? Is it worth it? I think it just depends on what you want to do, man. Do you want to do things that require you to know C++ and Java? Then yes. You just want to do things in C++ and Java? Then yes, right? So it's hard to answer that question of is it worth it without knowing what exactly you want to accomplish. Sunny, why yes? I mean Windows log on it. iCredential provider C++ code is too difficult. Oh yeah, I don't know anything about I don't know anything about doing OS level development, Sunny Y, so I could not tell you how to customize a Windows operating system plugin. Most of the development stuff I do is C plus or not C plus plus is web development related. Tisk, can you help me with this? What are you talking about, Tisk? Most, how big of a website can Node.js handle? That's an odd question. I'm not sure what you mean by how big. You mean just like how much traffic? Is that what you're curious about? I would imagine quite a bit. Some pretty big services run on Node.js. Nicola, got it. Yeah, yeah. What I'm gonna do when it comes time to set up my NeoVim configs is I'm just gonna clone my repo, my configuration repo, and go from there. So if you're curious what that configuration looks like, this is the repo you'd want to go to. And also, if you're curious about building a NeoVim configuration from scratch yourself, I would really go to typecraft.dev and just follow he has a course called NeoVim for Noobs. This is probably 75 to 85% of my NeoVim configurations come from following this. And obviously I've added to it, but like if you want to start with like a complete blank slate and then set up your own thing, this is a great course. This was the course I watched this whole course like in one night while I was laying in bed, and this course convinced me to try to NeoVim in place of VS Code. Couldn't speak highly enough about it. Yes, Colonel. I tried Zed. It was nice. The thing with was that I think it was too much work to create a debugger and watch and scope fields. Yeah, I mean you do have to setting up a debug workflow in NeoVim is definitely it's going to require some effort on your part because it seems like the vast majority of people who have a workflow that involves NeoVim, they're doing more like print debugging, right? Print F debugging, which is fine, or console log debugging, whatever language you're in, which is fine. It's just if you're somebody who has come up with a workflow that involves a debugger, it's going to be hard for you to let go of that. So Totally agree. I tried Zed and I wasn't sold on it, so I moved on pretty quick. I tried it for like a day and a half. Jonas, I know a symbol plus plus. Well, that sounds awesome, Jonas. Boss. Yes. I guess you're saying yes to how much traffic can Node.js handle. I don't know. Like I couldn't tell you like a metric, right? But I would think anything you're gonna build a Moss is gonna be just fine. Most everything that any of us are gonna build is probably not gonna get more than. I mean, we'd be lucky if we got 1,000 users, let alone 10,000 users or 100,000 users. Best kernel Java for backend is great for banking and finance. I don't know any Java, but I'd love to try to learn some Java. I primarily write a lot of C# on the back end. Hello, Ducties. How are you? Good to see you. There's a trading app, brother. People are using, not telling the full thing. But as far as I know, it is a crypto bump and dump type app. It's XC and new app, not many. India, we don't know much. It is a Singapore app, I guess, but people of USA sure can find this, how it actually. Yeah, I don't know, man. I probably would stay out of that. Money's too hard to get to lose it doing dumb stuff like that. All right, let's set up WSL. That's our first task here. Open terminal, run WSL install. Oh shoot, I have to reboot. Well, we're not going to do anything that requires reboot since I'm streaming. I guess we can set up Git. Probably a good thing to do. And the chat was kind of overwhelming there for a second. It was hot and heavy in the chat there for a minute. Okay for you guys? Is it too loud? Let me know if the music is loud or if it needs to be a little louder. All right. So we're gonna run hashtag global dot. I guess I should make this a little bigger. This is probably hard for you guys to see. I'm gonna paste that email. I'm gonna paste that. This last one, I honestly, so what this command does is it sets up VS Code as your default commit message editor in Git, but honestly, I think I actually want that to be in NeoVim. So I don't think I'm gonna run that one. All right, but we got Git now. Cool. All right, then we're also gonna install PoshGit. PoshGit is like a way to have a lot of nice functionality within PowerShell when you're working with Git. The number one thing is I like about it is I think it gives you automatic branch completion. I remember right. I think that's the #1 reason I set this up. Or maybe I set this up. I can't remember why I set this up. I might have had to set this up for Oh My Posh to work properly. Go ahead and install Posh Git. I think I already have my profile already imports it. Yep. It already imports it. Then we need the all-important GitHub CLI. Tisk, where can I dig info about this app? Tisk, the app you're talking about, man, I don't stop. Are you talking about that MXC thing that you're talking about? I have no idea, but let's move on from it. Stop bringing it up because it feels a little shady. It feels like you're trying to direct people to it. Buddy Sir Fella. I have no idea how computers work at all, but cool. Yeah, I'm not doing anything fancy. You know, I'm just installing stuff to kind of get the tools and the day-to-day things I use kind of set up and working. All right, log in. Say ghauth, pick github.com, ss auth. Auth. Title for your SSH key. Browser. Please enter. Press enter to open. Yep. Like to. F. Oh. Fantastic. All right, the chat has really quieted down. I felt like maybe we got like an influx of trolly, spammy people there for a minute. A little crazy for a second. Okay, this next one that I'm going to install, this is one of my favorite little utilities. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called Bottom. One of my favorite utilities. Ducties, get the Bluetooth thing working? Yeah, you're probably you might Ducties. I don't know if you're in our Discord. I don't know if you're in our Discord, but I posted right after I ended the stream. So basically, what I did was right after I ended the stream, I turned on or shut down the computer. I unplugged the capture card from the the HDMI that was going to the capture card. I unplugged that. I restarted the computer, or like turned the computer back on because it was already off. And then I tried reconnecting my keyboard and my mouse, and it reconnected. So I have no idea what the hell was going on yesterday, but we literally lost an hour and a half or 2 hours of the stream and 2 hours of my life trying to fix a Bluetooth issue that I think didn't exist, which really sucked. We clown a round. We get a new setup. Do you mean like a new computer? Because if you need a new computer, yes. I'm currently streaming from it right now, and it seems to be Seems to be handling itself okay to get my stream out. So far, it feels snappy. So, oh, I was going to show you what bottom does. So I don't know if you guys have heard of this utility, but now if I type BTM, it's basically like a task manager in the console, right? So you can see your memory, your CPU usage, temperature, all that stuff from your console. Um, and yes, you could use Task Manager to do this, but doesn't this look way cooler than Task Manager? Ducties. Oh wow, nice. At least it worked. Yes, exactly. Because I was kind of frustrated because I was thinking, man, I bought this computer. I thought it was a good deal, $1,000 off or whatever it was, and then the Bluetooth is broken. But that turned out not to be the case. All right, now we need to install the almighty VS Code. Although I don't know my documentation. Oh no, there it is. And install code. Motor fun. What does morph mean? Darthak. Yo, what's good, bro? Coding, remember me? I do remember you, and it's good. We're not coding at the moment. We're trying to set up. I just bought a new computer, and so I'm in the process of installing all the necessities so that I can do some coding. Okay, so now I should be able to do code, right? I should. You know what? Let's since we're doing all this install that's modifying my path, let's create a little function here. Fresh. Will that work? I think that'll work. We'll just say $sign path. Also, let's turn an open VS Code. Obviously, we're gonna sign in. Now we just gotta let everything load. Sarthak, well, how's life, bro? Watching you after so months. Life is good. Yeah, no complaints. I'm healthy. Kids are healthy. Life's healthy. Summertime here in the States, so everybody's home and out of school. Work is good. No complaints at work. Yeah, that's good. Got some coffee. Actually, I need more coffee at the moment. All my extensions are gonna get installed. Okay, I think VS Code is all squared up, huh? All right. I already did all this stuff. Let's see. Edge, turned on the dark theme, signed into Bitwarden. Pretty sure I signed into all my Google accounts, or at least the ones I need to sign into. Got Bitwarden set up, removed unused bookmarks. Yep. Put the default search in and did all that. Okay, now I should probably. I don't use Visual Studio a lot, but I probably should have it in case I ever need it. Just need the Community Edition. Because there are some things that Visual Studio, like inspecting a dump file, like you need Visual Studio to do that. Actually, hold on. Before we do it that way, let's see if you can do Wingit. Can you install it with Wingit? Wingit. Oh, I tried to install everything with Wingit because it makes it very easy then to do updates. Maybe you can't. All Visual Studio Code. Okay, that all looks more. That looks like more trouble than it'll be worth. So we'll just do the process. Yeah, more coffee indeed. More coffee indeed. What's happening over there? Oh, Mohammed. Hello, Mohammed. How are you? Okay. So we've got, this is the big scary modal that Visual Studio makes you go through. You basically have to select all the development workloads that you may want on the machine. Looks like I have a list here. So I definitely want ASP.NET. I'll just select all the ones I have already selected here. Python, that's common. I also would like the multi-platform UI development because I feel like that would be fun to do at some point. That's all I need for. There's a bunch of stuff in here though. There's Unity, data science stuff, if you're doing Office or SharePoint development. I think that's enough for me. I feel like I should probably have the C++ tool. That's fine. All. Okay, this is probably going to take a minute, so I'm going to go get some coffee while this is thing. I'll be back. Just when I come back, don't let me forget that I'm muted. Also, I'll turn the music. Right back. I remembered that I was muted. This is a win. All right, Visual Studio still chugging along here. The download went pretty fast, huh? That's good. Beds Improvin. Hey, what's up, Veds Improvin? How are you? We finally got over our Bluetooth struggles from yesterday. Now we're actually installing software. All right, so after Visual Studio, what else do we got? We got PowerShell, which I already did. Nerd Fonts already did. Oh My Posh already did. Docker Desktop. Have not done that. Actually, I probably can't do Docker Desktop until I do WSL. So those might have to do later off stream. We could definitely do Node Version Manager. I don't think I'm going to set Backblaze up on this computer. I might move a Backblaze license. I don't know. I don't think I need Backblaze on this computer, honestly. We could do some personalization stuff. Color. All right, so all right, that's good. We're almost there. Visual Studio is almost done. Abhijit, are you coming? Are you coming in C sharp? You mean am I coding in C sharp? Yeah. So I do write code in C sharp. I don't honestly use Visual Studio a lot, but I feel like if you're gonna build C sharp applications, you should have it available to you in case you need it. So that's why I'm installing it. Beds in Robin. Installed Pop! OS. Issues with Windows loading first as compared to Linux, and no user authentication set. Slight issue with setting Pop! OS, which I'll do tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be able to use Linux. Nice, dude. So it sounds like you're kind of in a similar state of the world as I am. What's the goal for today? The goal for the day is basically just to work through this list of. I have this list of things I do whenever I set up a new Windows computer, and so I'm just basically working through that list. And then hopefully, once I get this all done, I'll be in a place where I can basically just resume developing this computer to do programming stuff. That is the plan. Also, please start this after. Madara, I think is how you say your name. I apologize if I messed up your first name. Bro love from India and a fan of Linux. Nice, dude. Yeah, so I like Linux. I do like Linux. I just, when it comes to the computers that I develop on or I do work on, I prefer to use. Automations. I've come past your stream a few times, brother. You seem to have this down pretty good. You have a channel. I can't game about making money making opportunity. I don't know. That seems kind of like spammy. Some random dude comes up to you on the internet and starts offering you ways to make money. I think you're supposed to be skeptical. I'm looking at your YouTube channel right now. So it says, thanks for visiting my channel. My name's Devin. Okay, so you're Devin, I'm assuming. You run a full-time automation agency that helps businesses and brand owners implement enterprise-grade systems to grow and scale and free up their time. Very cool. Like you have a website there. AI voice agents and autonomous workforce solutions built to scale your business. Interesting. That sounds like a very cool business, man. All right, Visual Studio's installed. Very cool. Another task done. Beds in Provin, kinda. Yeah. Nice, but why do you set a new desktop, though? Why? What do you mean, beds? Not sure what you mean. Also, got any on this? My friend told me that now still it's far better to, instead of going for AI and all, better to go for hardware related fields like hacking fields, go deep the complex areas that those value. Now, what do you think? Um yeah, I don't know. I think there's a future ahead for anybody who wants to work in tech, whether it be in software, hardware. I think regardless of the state of AI or what form AI takes, I think there's a place for you. And so if you're interested in software, if you're interested in hardware, if you're interested in science, you should pursue that interest, that passion. There's a place for you. As in, right now you are setting a desktop. Oh, why set up a new desktop? Because I wanted a beefier. I really wanted a computer that had more RAM. I was working with 6 GB of RAM, and I wanted something that had a lot more. Income automations, you are welcome to DM me. You can find me in a couple different places. I'm on LinkedIn. You can also join my Discord if you want. Discord. Yeah, if you wanna have a conversation, I'm happy to have a conversation. That's what coffee is that? Nothing fancy. It's a shot of espresso that comes from like $100 espresso machine that I bought on Amazon. And I usually always buy this coffee at Walmart. 8 o'clock coffee, Italian dark roast. Yeah, I usually just buy there's like a big bag of coffee for like $14. That's 9 times out of 10. That's what I'm drinking. Automation, yes sir. I'll come check out your Discord, LinkedIn, keep playing games. Identity verification bullcrap. Yeah, either one's good, man. You can also find me on Blue Sky. I don't know if you're on Blue Sky. That's where I spend most of my like social media time these days. If I'm not scrolling TikTok, then I'm probably scrolling Blue Sky. Any of those are good though. Makes sense there. While me here being tortured by 8 GB of RAM on Windows and making the switch to Linux for coding stuff. Yeah, 8 GB of RAM I just feel like is criminal these days. Like every computer should come with more than 8 GB of RAM. What's up, Stefan? How are you, man? Stefan? Why did you say head earlier? I am alive. I'm doing well. I figured out the Bluetooth thing. Actually, I didn't figure out the Bluetooth thing. The Bluetooth thing just kind of worked itself out. I didn't have to do it. It just worked. I'm embarrassed to say I don't know what Blue Sky is. Oh, no worries, man. It's just like it's like a Twitter alternative, but it's built on a little bit different technology. That's pretty cool. Stefan, because your head is disappearing, your shoulders look massive today. I think it's the angle. I changed where my camera was yesterday when I was setting up this computer and getting my desk all sorted out. I knocked my camera over, and had this horrifying moment where I thought I had busted it. But then yeah, that's why probably things look different today. Beds improv, and yeah, sadly can't one where I'd get the Yoga Pro 9i, the RTX 4050. That sounds like a very nice computer. I have a Yoga laptop for my work laptop, and I like it. Yoga 9i. They put a 4050 into that? Wow. That's impressive. Yeah, I like those computers though. I like the Yoga laptops. All right, what should we set up next? Let's install. Let's see. We did my Posh. We did Visual Studio. We did PowerShell. I'm not going to do Docker Desktop yet because I haven't done WSL. Let's do Node Version Manager. I think I can do this with Wingit now. It's not the same as him. That's fine. Like I can do. I wonder who Corey Butler is. Yeah, obviously he's the guy behind it. So maybe we should do some LinkedIn searching. Find him. Also, if you guys don't know what NVM is, it is Node Version Manager. And there's a project that's for Linux and Mac, and then there's this project that's for Windows. But it basically lets you have multiple versions of Node on your machine and very easily switch between them. Really nice. Start my. And then you can do things like this. You can say NVMe, I think list -- list. Current version. That use -- list. There's some way that you can list out. Okay, but anyways, you can say NVMe use the long-term support. Oh, actually, I think it's NVMe all LTS. So this will install the version of Node that is the current long-term support, and then you can also do NVMe. Why am I saying NVMe? NVM install latest. Then you can just very easily switch back and forth between LTS. Now we have Node version 22 being, or we can just say it's the latest. That'll automatically switch to 24. Yeah, so now you can just swap back and forth. It's really easy. It's very nice. If you've never used it before, you should use it. And thank you to Corey Butler for making it. All right, I need to install Python. And the last time I set up a computer, I used Anaconda, but I don't know if Anaconda is actually the better way to use Python. Best way to install Python. What's up, Mob Psycho? How are you? I kind of want a way to be able to switch between versions of Python. So, does Python? PyEnv lets you simply switch between multiple versions of Python. It's simple, unintrusive, and follows the unit. This sounds like a good PowerShell. That's how we install it. Yeah, I think I'm going to try this. I've never used this before, but this looks kind of like what I'm looking for, is something that I can have multiple versions of Python available. Beds. In your opinion, is it better to use Linux for a reason that's if and wherever you, instead of being like, guide you, protects you? Example, in Windows, there's a troubleshooter, but in Linux, you are the troubleshooter. That makes it more enticing for the purpose of, hey, nice, I can customize fully. You have to fix problems yourself, which I'll get more. Beds improv. Installing Python for coding. So why not just install it in? I want Python available. I want Python to be live out. Like, yes, VS Code will use Python, the Python interpreter when it needs. But I want the ability to have different versions of Python on my machine. So I want to see how something works with Python 3.12 versus 3.8 or something like that. I want to be able to use versions. In terms of your opinion about Linux, about like a good reason to use Linux, I mean, I think you should just use the tools you want to use. I mean, I definitely think there's an argument to be made, like if you want to be like a professional Linux administrator, and you're not yet, like you don't have any professional experience doing administration, maybe there's an argument to be made that, hey, you should force yourself to use Linux every day as your daily driver, that's not really my case. I use Linux where I need it, and I use Linux primarily for hosting. on private servers. I don't feel the need to use it as a daily driver myself. I do think that configuration and customization is definitely it's a selling point for Linux, but it also could be a sticking point, right? Because you need to remember that you may spend a lot of extra time fiddling, right, with things in the Linux world. Mob Psycho. In Linux, you can switch between Python version easily, but in Windows, it's kind of tricky. I've never actually tried it. Yeah, I'm gonna try this thing. This looks like it's a nice little tool. So I'm gonna try this. I think I need to allow it to. That's fine. If I just run terminal. Why is this not working? This is not working. And after running it. Oh, let's see. An item with the specified name already exists. Oh, because it failed. The module Microsoft.PowerShell.archive cannot be loaded. For more information, span 5 PowerShell. That's some special thing I need to. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that lives there. Why is it not? Just try to run the first thing. Now I'm debugging this install script. The module Microsoft PowerShell.archive could not be loaded. Cannot auto load module. Hello, Christo. Also, how do your skill set looks like? As in, you can code and use what you said, and what else? So I can do some basic Linux administration, particularly basic like Linux web dev, web server related administration. I know how to configure Nginx. Um, I know how to use Docker. I know how to write C Sharp, JavaScript, TypeScript. I can write Python. Um, a lot of skills like that. My day job, I primarily worked as a quality engineer, so I primarily do manual and automated testing professionally. But in my free time, I do web development related. Some automations. Getting down on some more work, but I emailed you, brother. Keep doing what you do, and it's not often you get people showing you the authentic process using coding. Okay, cool, man. Thanks for dropping me an email. Yeah, I mean, my channel is mainly content that's just around like what I'm learning, and what I know and the experiences I'm having. I'm definitely not trying to position myself as like the next Kent C. Dodds or anything like that. Hello, Arvin, you're back again. Hey, Arvin. That's automated testings for what? Why? I do automated testing for a web application. Our company builds a governance, risk, and compliance platform. So, like, if you're familiar with like ServiceNow, that would be sort of like one of our competitors. But it's a cloud-based SaaS, for enterprises to buy and use. And then I write automated tests for our platform. Hello, Arvin. How are you? Quality checks, making sure that the code is good and applicable. Yeah, they're more of like end-to-end UI tests, right? So they actually they navigate the website like they are an actual user, right? And we use Playwright. If you've ever heard of Playwright.dev, or if you've heard of tools like Cypress and Selenium, right? Those are kind of the older frameworks and older tools, but we Playwright. It's if you're in the world of like you need to do some sort of like automated UI testing, Playwright's definitely where you should start if you're dealing with a web app. Wonderful. Makes life so easy. All right. Do I actually want to spend more time trying to figure out this? I honestly don't know. How about we actually take a look at what's inside this? Getting hung on expand. Basically just manipulating the path a bunch. Looks like it's pulling the zip from GitHub. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep fighting with it. I maybe we'll come back to our Python installation approach, but I don't think I want to use Anaconda because I haven't been happy with the way Anaconda is set up on my other machine. I don't want. Let's see, .NET Runtime or the .NET SDK. This I already have installed. I already set up .NET yesterday because we were trying to we thought maybe we could install .NET to fix our Bluetooth issues because that's what people on Reddit were saying. So I already have .NET set up. I do want to set up the preview version of .NET. Let's go .NET production. I want to serve all this. Scripts. Bro, you tired or something? No, I'm not tired at all. Hard way. Do the terminal one that you're using. Easy way. Use VS Code. No, I can just install Python with WinGit, but I was hoping to find a way to not to better manage multiple versions of Python on one machine. But I probably don't write Python enough to make that really a deal breaker. All right, so now we've got two different versions of .NET, and that it's by default whenever you're setting up .NET, it's always going to use the latest. But in this case, I don't want to use the latest. By default, I want to use the 9. So what you can do is you can create a global .json. I believe it's SDK. This 9 0. Now with that in place, if we rerun that same command, we should now point at the 9.0. Wonderful. Also, curious how much. I don't hear the fans. Yeah, this mini PC is awesome. I don't hear the fans kicking at all. Look at my. So I'm using 17.4 gigabytes of memory. On my other machine, I would have already been in trouble. Yeah, I'm loving having a ton of RAM. Actually, I would love to have more RAM. I'd love to have 128 gigabytes of RAM. See you, Veds. Hey, what's up, Butterscotch? How are you? How are you doing? Have I completed your step? Almost. Almost. The big pieces we're missing are NeoVim, and that's really the big piece, the last big piece that we're missing. Oh, and we need to do PowerToys. I haven't set up Docker Desktop or WSL, and the main reason I haven't done those is because I'll have to restart my computer, so I haven't done those yet. But just about most things are set up. Let's see. Let's go ahead and try to get through some more of this stuff. I've been talking a lot. We've got Node Version Manager, Python. I'm just going to install Python the old-fashioned way. Like this. Steven Hernandez. Hello, Steven. How are you? What are you working on? I bought a new computer on Thursday night, and it showed up yesterday. And so right now I'm working through the process of basically installing all the needful. But I'm pretty far along on it now. I don't have a ton more to set up before I'm ready to rock and roll. Hey Daniel, how are you? Oh yeah, what Butterscotch did too. If you're ever curious about what I'm doing, you can always type what bro doing. I try to keep that command up. Got Python, .NET runtime. I'm not going to worry about Bitwarden at the moment. Black Backblaze, I haven't made a decision yet. I have 2 licenses. If I want another license, it's another $9. I am going to install PowerToys. If you guys have a Windows machine and you don't have PowerToys, you are missing out. And honestly, actually now, the Zoomit, this is another cool tool. Zoomit is now part of PowerToys. So, let's install PowerToys. I will be so happy once PowerToys actually becomes officially a part of the Windows operating system. I think it will be at some point, in my opinion. It's just too good not to be. Oh, yeah, PowerToys. PowerToys is OP. I can't believe I went so much of my life without PowerToys. All right. Are you? Yeah, so if you guys don't know what PowerToys is basically just a collection of utilities that make things a lot nicer. So they even have like a host file editor, which is really nice. They have a launcher, right? So are familiar with like Alfred from Mac OS. You have that same type of here, the launcher, pretty nice. The other thing, this is probably one of my favorite applications. Is Zoom It. So Zoom It's disabled by default in PowerToys. And enable it. And this basically gives you the world's best screen annotation tool, right? So it lets you draw that. You can draw arrows, do like whiteboard stuff, right? So you can control, I think it's Control K. No, Control 2K. That'll give you a blackboard. You can make your stuff bigger or smaller using your scroll wheel. I mean, if you have to present a lot or share your screen a lot, you should definitely take a look at Zoom It. PowerToys also has a bunch of stuff for like layout and window management, which is pretty great. I mean, there's just so much awesome stuff in here. Screen Ruler is really nice. So if you're a web developer and you're ever looking at something that you need to like figure out, well, roughly how many pixels is that, right? Or maybe you just want to kind of measure distances on your screen. There's this really handy screen ruler tool that they have. So I think it's Win Shift M. Brings up the screen, Win Control Shift. So then you can measure things. That's pretty handy. I use this quite a bit when I'm looking at like a design or something, or I'm looking at another web page. I want to try to recreate that style. I use this a lot. Yes, I know you can right click and inspect. Yes, I know. But let's say someone gives you like a image, right? Or like a screenshot of something. Kind of nice. There's also a color picker. Color picker is very cool. So you can do Win Shift C. I use this one a lot too. Doing front end stuff. But yeah, PowerToys. PowerToys. It will make your life better. All right. Got PowerToys now. Life is good. Life is. We have Zoom It. And then I have OBS already set up, but I like to use DaVinci Resolve to do video editing, like content creation related things. Free. It has all the bells and whistles you would ever need. You don't need to pay Adobe $20 a month for the rest of your life, which is what I was doing for a very long time. Already registered. I don't have a cloud account. I really have to fill out that form? Yes, I do. All right. Well, I'm not gonna do this on stream. Give me 1 sec. Fill out this. Cursor focus is good. Yeah. What is that? Is that control? What is that? I forget what the shortcut is. press Control twice. This one, pretty good. Oh, there you go. Butterscotch already knew what it was. Control, Control. There was another one that I thought was nice. Hold on, let me fill out this DaVinci Resolve form real quick. Oh, wait until you see me trying to find my phone's on screen assistant with the transparency set to 20. You're flash banging yourself? Nice, dude. Just waiting for DaVinci Resolve. Now we have to extract it. Now we need next to me. Oh, looks like we're gonna get ready to go and swim. See how long I've been live? An hour and a half. Yeah. Oh, we'll get DaVinci installed, and that'll probably be the end of the setup I do on stream. I'll probably try to finish setting up the rest of it this evening, and then we can jump right back into coding on stream next stream. Not load. There we go. Now it's working. Now we're making. Now we're cooking. All of the. What are you planning to build next? Well, I think the last stream before I started setting up this computer, we looked at React Router. And so I think we're going to try to build something with React Router v7. I think we're going to try to build some sort of like book tracker app with React Router for fun. I also want to add functionality to that Discord bot that lets you talk to an LLM. So I'm going to do that at some point. I don't know if I'm going to do that on stream, but I'm definitely going to do that at some point. Right now, that's my biggest struggle at the moment is trying to balance like projects that I want to work on and then projects that I want to do on stream versus things I want to work on off stream. Just finding the right balance between things. I know though, I'm sure people are very excited to watch streams where we install DaVinci Resolve. I know that probably what my subscribers want. Steven is on yawning streak today. I don't know, I guess it's one of those days. Big yawns. Yawns. I don't feel like VS Code synced over all my settings. Are you feeling tired or sleepy? No. I could use some more coffee, but no, I'm not feeling tired or oh, I just needed to restart Visual, I think. All right. Well, we had a productive day on stream though, didn't we? I mean, we did quite a bit. Got Node Version Manager installed. Got Visual Studio set up. We got VS Code set up. We got Git set up. The GitHub CLI, the bottom CLI. Got Python installed. We got both the .NET runtimes. Got .NET 9 installed. .NET 10 preview installed. We set up PowerToys and Zoom it. The only thing that's really left for me to do in order to develop is I need to set up WSL and Docker Desktop. After that, most of this other stuff we can kind of set up as we go or as we need it. That will be more than enough. All right, here we go. Deathwise, sir, I'm gonna ask a genuine question. Hey, Deathwise, fuck you. How about that? Get fucked, Deathwise. Arvin, yawning plus not tired. You are not breathing deep enough. Human lungs are high. Take some deep breaths. All right, DaVinci Resolve is installed. Okay. Watch out, world. Start making all kinds of videos. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for me. I know we didn't get quite all the way there, but close enough. Yeah. I'll be live again tomorrow. Tomorrow's a work day, so it'll probably be an evening. But I'll be live again, and hopefully by then I'll have everything ready to go and ready to dev a little bit. Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I know it wasn't the most exciting stream the last couple days, but appreciate you guys stopping in and keeping me company. And I'm really happy to have a machine that's a little bit beefier. Maybe we can actually run Docker and stream at the same time. Yeah. Deathwise, what is important in life? For real question. What is important in life is the health of your loved ones and yourself. That's what's important. I don't know if anybody's ever heard this, but when you're healthy, you have 99 problems. When you're sick, you have one problem. What's important is the health of your loved ones and the health of yourself. If you have your health, you know, the world is your oyster. Yep. See you, Deathwise. See you, Butterscotch. See you, Arvin. Bye, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys next time.